So this was who was interrupting me throughout the video. This is Jack Jack. And he really wanted that pie that I was making. But he's not allowed to have pie. But I had given him some treats before I started cooking that pie, so he's just being extra. He wants to be the star of the show, don't you? I love you, Jack Jack. Alright, say bye. Bye. Today we're making gluten-free key lime pie today. It's the perfect pie for a hot or warm day. And I was just really craving it. So here we go. Okay, so first you'll want to preheat your oven to 375, which I've already done. And then you want to get 6 tablespoons of butter and get that melted. So I've already done that. And also I've taken the butter wrapper and I'm going to just oil this pie dish for when it cooks. So then you'll want to take 2 cups of your, well, follow the recipe for the pie crust, but this is asking for 2 cups with 6 tablespoons of melted butter. And by the way, this is the best gluten-free pie crust that I've ever found out there. I've been gluten-free for 5 years, and this just tastes like the normal pie crust that you ate before you went gluten-free. I usually get it at Meijer, but I'm sure you could get it elsewhere. It's called the no-bake Stroop waffle pie crust by the brand the Dutch Waffle Company, and it's excellent. Not sponsored, by the way. I just really love it. So I'm just going to get 2 cups of this. And as you can see, it has a nice texture for a pie crust. We just need to add the butter to it. Right, so I'm just gonna add this melted butter to this. I'm just gonna mix it with a fork. You could also just do your fingers if you really wanted to, or a spoon. So I'm just mixing it until it's blended. Hello, Jack Jack. My cat is by my feet. He's wondering if there's any treats for him, but there's not, because I just gave them all treats earlier. He just wants more. Okay, so I've mixed this pretty well. As you can see, there's much larger clumps, but you could still pack it down together, which is good for a pie crust. I'm just going to add it to the pie crust pan. So I apologize for any of my videography skills. I'm not an expert or anything. I'm just trying to get this recipe out there. because normally you can't find a gluten-free key lime pie, or if you do, it's very expensive. But this is pretty affordable if you make it from home. No, Jack Jack, this is not for you. No. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pack this down so it's more flat, and we can put the filling on top. I know, Jack Jack. I'm gonna use my hands a little bit. And you don't have to pre-bake this or anything, because this pie that we're making, the key lime one, will do well with a not as crunchy pie crust. So here's what the pie crust will look like when it's all packed down. I'm just gonna wash my hands for a second. Okay, so after this, you'll want to do the filling. So that will involve getting the sorry, trying to organize my thoughts here. Getting the 5 egg yolks. So not just 5 eggs, but the 5 egg yolks from the egg. So I'll show you how to get an egg yolk out of an egg, how to separate the egg yolk. So right now you have the egg and it has the white still attached, but you just go back and forth between the shells after you've cracked it until you just have the egg yolk. See, like this. So it's separated from the egg white and it's just yolk. And then you just add it to your bowl. So that's one. And you could use the egg whites for like your breakfast for the next morning, or you could discard them. I usually just discard them. So it's separated for the whites right now. And I'm just going to do some more back and forth. Sometimes it'll crack a little bit, but that's alright. Just add the egg yolk right there. And we just go back and forth again. Three. 4. And 5. So then you want to discard this, and you'll want to, with your 5 egg yolks, you just want to mix them a little bit so they're separated. And finally you'll take your key lime pie juice. You want half a cup. So here's the cup. I'm just going to do half of the cup of the key lime pie juice. Oh, sorry, the key lime juice, not the key lime pie juice. You want to add it to the egg mixture. And I just got this lime juice from Walmart, the Great Value brand. And then you want to do 1 condensed milk can. This is a 14 ounce, but you'll want to use a 14 ounce, the entire can. No, Jack, this is not for you. This is for me. Every time I open the can, the cats get excited. No, that's my treat, not yours. No, this is mine. Okay. Then you just dump this as well. The entire can in here. No, this is my treat, not yours. No. Don't bite my knee just because you're not getting a treat. I'm actually gonna get a spoon real quick. Alright, so now you just mix. You gotta mix everything until it's like a cohesive color and the yolks are well mixed. And you want to kind of run your, when you see like bigger pieces from the egg that are not separating, you want to run your spoon along the edge of the bowl to kind of break those apart so it mixes better. Okay, so once it's all mixed, it will look like this color. Oh, I almost spilled it. Just like a nice yellow. See if I could do this without putting it in the bowl. There we go. And then you'll finally just want to add this to the pie pan. And you'll just see how it's like uneven, so you just want to smooth everything out. Just kind of paint everything so it looks nice and smooth. Okay, so here's what it looks like. And you want to put this in the oven at 375 degrees for 15 minutes. So that's what we're going to do now. So here's the pie just out of the oven. It's way too hot to touch. But you want to leave the pie on the stovetop for an hour or two to both set and cool down. And once it's set and cooled down, then you can slice into it. If you slice into it too early, you're just going to have like a runny pie, which you don't want with the key lime pie. So just be patient. I know it's going to be the hardest part, waiting for that pie to set. But yeah, once it's set, you can slice into it and enjoy it. I usually like to let it cool on the stovetop for like an hour and then or two, and then put it in the fridge for as long as I'm able to wait for it to cool down. In the fridge, I think they mentioned like 3 to 4 hours to kind of like fully set, but you can also do it overnight. But yeah, this is a great and easy pie. The longest time is just waiting for it to actually be ready to slice, but otherwise you could get this done in 35 minutes from putting together the ingredients and then cooking it. But beyond that, you just have to wait for it to be ready. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this gluten-free recipe. I'll post the recipe in the comments, the one that I used. It's my all recipe. It's really good. And this is an excellent pie to have for holidays or whatever celebration, because everyone loves key lime pie and everyone's going to think that you put a lot of effort into this, but it's super easy. But just a few ingredients and some time. Alright, thank you.